Thank you for visiting our channel. Today I came out to review and also quick unbox this awesome looking combo box. This is Vseebox Pro Max. And I have to mention that this comes with a lot of little goodies right beside the box itself. We will capture everything in this video. Now this video is positioned for YouTube friendly. If you do want to watch the full video, which has a lot of little apps in more detail, the link will be available at the bottom of the video, except that you can also view this on our website, which is exitex.info. I do not want to forget that this box comes with 4GB of RAM, 32GB internal storage, Android 10, and Wi-Fi 6. And I do not want to forget, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, click the subscribe button. Make sure you share this with your friends and family. Make sure to click the notification icon, select all, in order to get notified once we have a new video out. On top of that, if you have a question, drop them at the bottom of the video. We love to help you out ASAP. And don't forget to click the like button. That really motivates us to make these type of videos quickly with a little more detail every time. In here are all the components that are part of the box. Now this box comes with a lot of little gadgets. Number one is their little paper that they put on, and this is where we got it from, Golden Deals USA. And most of the information you require is going to be on this page. And when you go to the back also, it has all of the information, even troubleshooting, and if you need help, it's right on the bottom. It also comes with an HDMI cable. Now if I put my finger on it, it's gonna go out of focus, but you can see right here it says 8K and 60 Hz, and here's the resolution written, and it does indicate that this is high speed, which is really cool. Again, this is something that we always wanted to get our hands on it, and this is how it's done. That this is 8K and this is the HDMI. Now the next part is going to be the 64 gig USB that came with it. This is 300 megabits of read and write, and it also comes with a 64 gig 100 megabyte speed. This is the A1 version of ScanDisk Ultra, which is UHS-1. It's beautiful. Now it also comes with this Xiaomi Wi-Fi Pro extender, which is really cool. Now we have something in mind, so that way we can make another video just dedicated to this, and that will we bring out in the near future. Now it also comes with this mini i8 remote, which is really cool. It comes with this user manual. Now the user manual just have basic information, what's involved inside of the box, how you're going to connect it, also the wizard, and then at the back it has some troubleshooting steps. That's about it. It comes with a power adapter, which is 5 volt 2 amps. This part will be connecting to the box, and this is created for Canada, United States. It does come with the antenna, which we will be connecting in a couple of seconds. Comes with an HDMI cable, which is inside of the box. Now it does come with this remote, which is inside of a plastic so it doesn't get scratched up. And this is how it really looks. I really like how they have set up everything. Now when you look in the back, there are some learning procedures on how you will be able to process and get your TV hooked up with this remote. And this button is for the box itself. You have full navigation key with the OK in the middle, volume up, volume down, EPG, and then the menu button in the bottom. You have channel up, channel down. You also have the home button. That one is for escape. You have the numeric button. You have mute button there, delete button. You also have a live button, the movies, also static mouse. You also have the information button and some shortcuts for the popular apps, and then their name in the bottom. I really like how they have cut it so this way it looks really cool. And when you flip it in the back, you have nothing. In the front, you have the IR sensor, and when you open the back, you can put 2 AAA batteries very easily, but it's not included in the box. And this is how the remote really looks and how it feels. Also comes with this remote, which is pretty cool. It's inside of a little plastic. Let's take it out. And I really like how they have designed this. There's a mic button. And we're going to find out in a couple of seconds if this is Bluetooth or it's going to require a dongle. But this is all the buttons that is in the front. I really like how they have managed to put everything together. There's the model number in the bottom. When you flip it in the back, you have some controls. So that means is you can control your TV. And here's the instructions on how that's possible. When you open the back, is, oh, there you go. So it's not a Bluetooth. It's going to be working with a sensor. In this case, this is the 2.4 RF. and this is the dongle that will make it work. So this way, and by the way, it takes 2 AAA batteries, not included in the box. Let me close that part and go into the front part of it. So yes, you can control your TV. Also, you will be able to use an air mouse remote and a mic, which is going to be right over here. So it's pretty cool on how they have placed everything together. So we will test it out to see how this will really work. And then the last part, which is going to be the actual box, which is sitting inside of a little plastic. When we take it out, I really like how they have put everything together. It looks very similar to the older models because of the design, but I'm going to take it and say, okay, this looks really cool, and everything is around. All right, so let's just go through and capture it. So this one do say that this is the Vseebox. Now going to the front part of it, and it does indicate this one is the Pro Max. So when you turn it on, it with a light that says it's turned on. When you go to one side of it, you have one TF card reader, 2 USB, but these are USB 3s. It's just not colored correctly. When you go to the back part of it, you have a little spot, so that way you can put the antenna that comes with it. And there you go. And when you go to the back part of it, you have a gigabit LAN, you have an AV port, so this way you can put it on an older type of TV. You also have an optical audio connection, you have a HDMI connection, and then the power connection, which is 5 volt 2 amps. And this side there's nothing here, but once you flip it in the back, you have little holes for ventilation. You have little spots so you can hook it up on the wall or at the back of your TV. There are 4 little legs, so this way when you put it on the actual table, when you move it, doesn't move that much, because if you have heavier cables, you don't want it to move around. This is going to really help you out, so this way it doesn't move. It moves a very little bit. That's really cool, and it has a good grip. And when you look in the bottom, you also have a little sticker that will tell you your model number input, just in case if you ever misplaced your power, where you're going to be able to find and purchase one from the internet. And at the bottom you also have your serial number and MAC address, which mine is covered, and that's about it. Let's hook it up. For CEC purposes, we will connect the HDMI wire first, and then the power. And as you can see, it says booting, and there's the light behind here. I really thought it's on this side. As soon as you turn it on, this is the first screen you're going to see. Yes, it has a little animation. And if this is your very first time, you will be seeing the welcome screen. So we will bypass this part. So once you go into your box for the very first time, this is what you will be able to see. So you can see that nothing has been installed on this, but once you turn on the mouse, and you can see that it says Vseebox, and then you have the weather widget. Also it shows if you're connected via LAN or Wi-Fi, and then the time. You can see most of the apps that are pre-installed, and the ones that you need to install. And then going down, you have more information on the bottom, which is system settings, launcher settings, software update, system information, and then if you want to clear your background, so if there's anything on it, which I don't have anything right now, you can click on it and it will delete everything in the background. So that means not delete, but close your apps to be accurate. You can go to system information. Also, you can check for your software update. You can do it locally if you have it downloaded, or you can check online, and it will take a couple of seconds and it will tell you if you are up to date or not. You can press back, and also you can change your launcher settings. This way you will be able to play with it more very easily. If you go to actual system settings, is where you will be able to select your Wi-Fi, connect your Bluetooth if you have anything like a handheld or gaming devices, or you have a headset, you can connect it right over here, all going to be inside of it. Now going up, you also have one part called Contact Us, and this way you will be able to contact them and get more information, just in case if you ever get stuck. This is where you come. You will ask you for certain details about your box in order to make sure that you have a proper box on hand, and then they will be able to assist you very easily. Now, there are other apps that are part of it. Now, if this is you watching this on a YouTube friendly, it's not going to be covered. It will be on a different video. Links are going to be available in the bottom. But if you're just watching this on YouTube, we will be capturing some of the stuff that is possible, and we will explain to you when we get to it. But this is how the launcher looks. Now we will go through to play with some apps. The first one we're going to launch will be YouTube. So as you can see, by default, it will show you the 1080p. You can select it, and then from here you can change it to 4K. And here you go. This is how it really looks. But we're not done yet. Now when you look by default that this is 1080p and there's 0 frame drop. Now if you look, the current one that is set up is 4K, 30 frames per second or 30 hertz. Now when you look down, the codecs that they're using is VP9 and OPUS. You can see the colors are done properly. I really like how this has been set up. There's no stop to it, and the YouTube works on this box perfectly. The next thing we will launch will be Geekbench. Now we have already processed this. For single core we received 103. For multi-core we received 293. Again, it's really good for something like OS 10 on an all-winner chipset. The next one we're going to go to will be AIDA64 or AIDA64. And as soon as you go in, this is what you will be presented with. Now I have to mention that there's a lot of information on this which shows, and it pulls it from the PCBA or in case motherboard. I really like that there are certain things that does not really comply with this app. So let's just go to it. Now number one, it does indicate the manufacturer, which is Vseebox, which is really good. The model number is Pro Max. Awesome. Now going down, here's the 4GB of RAM and how much is using, how much is available. The internal storage on this, it shows up right over here. The Bluetooth on this is 4+. Now when you go to CPU, you can see right on the top that this is all winner, H313 and H616. The core on this is quad-core processor, runs on Cortex A53 and 1512 MHz. Now if you look underneath of it, this is a 64-bit ARM, but it's running on 32-bit. And here's the 4 cores and how much it will be running. Now this box is 1080p as a native resolution, but you can see more inside of it that what type of GPU they're using, which is Mali 31, is a single core processor and it's 60 Hz on fresh rate, landscape mode, and the OpenGL on this is 3.2. Now this box do support Wi-Fi 6, but in this one it just goes as high as 5G band. It says supported. Now I do not see anything that talks about Wi-Fi 6, but we did connect it to Wi-Fi 6. I do not have the icon for it, but I know it connects without problem. Now this box have Android 10. The API level is 29. Now for codecs, there is tons of codecs that is involved in this, and you can see it. I'm just going to scroll down little by little so you can see it more. It does have OPUS. It does have H263, 64, Impact 4, and going down to VP8 and VP9, which is mostly what you really need to play with. Most of your apps that you're looking for to play videos for. So it's all over here. The next thing we will test will be VLC. Now this is just to show you guys if the video is going to be playing using the USB connection. And when you're trying to stream something from the internet, should be helping you out using these type of videos. So I do have some that are very old, like something like this. This is my 1080p test, and this is how it looks. Again, if I have to bring up the volume a little bit, you can hear it that it's perfect. There's no stop to it, there's no pause to it, and it does work really nicely. Now this video is our 4K video, which we have filmed using one of our Samsung phones. It is 4K, but it's not 10-bit, and you can see that the map is very big. It has a lot of little elements inside of it that you're really going to enjoy just looking at it, and if there is anything wrong, you will see a little pixel, and I don't see any. That is what we really enjoy watching something like this, so that way you know, okay, if there is a problem, we will be able to detect it and catch it very quickly. This is 4K. This video is 4K 10-bit, and it plays it perfectly. The sound is there, as you can hear it right now. I don't have any issues with this. It's perfectly playing it, and there is no pause to it, so it will play 4K 10-bit perfectly. The next thing we will go to will be speed test. Now for the result, we have 4 of them that we submit. Number 1 was with the Wi-Fi 6. So when we tried it, and this is on a busy time, we have a gigabit internet. So we received 263 using Wi-Fi 6, and you can see the fluctuation that was so low, then it started going up and it came down a little bit, stayed there. When we tried it for the upload, we got 45.4, and it just went up a little bit, then it stayed steady all the way through. You can see the ping or the idle time was a little bit lower, which is good. It's below 20. Now when we tried it for the second time, the numbers that we got was a little bit better, which was 265. And you can see the arc just keep going up and up and up until we finished it. Now when we did for the uploader, we came down a little bit, which is 38.5. And you can see the little fluctuations going through all the way to the end. And it wasn't that bad, but my idle time stayed on 20. Now when we tried it with the LAN connection, we got 281. And it was just fluctuating, going back and forth. And we tried it for the upload. We got 47.2, which again, it stayed right there a little bit over 50. Then it came back down to 47 all the way through. But my idle time got better. Now, when we tried it for the last time, we got better markings using the landline itself. You can see it arced to almost 400, then came back down to 311. It just stayed there. And that's the number we got. Now, when we did for the upload, we got 42.9, and it just studied all the way through. The idle time was really good. Now, mentioning all this is just depends which day, how this is going to be connected, where it's going to be connected. Those ones we do not have any kind of access, so we can tell you how we have processed it. But when you're processing, the numbers will be fluctuating to go a little bit higher or lower. That is expected using this app called the Ookla speed test, and that's what we're using to process this. Links are going to be available in the bottom of this video so where you can order it from. Except that I hope you guys like our video. If you do like it, click the like button, subscribe button on the top, comment on the bottom. Always remember to visit our own website, which is xctex.info. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and other social networking places, and thank you.